have a 5.5-inch piece of cherry that I want to split into 2-inch strips, and I'm going to do this using the Seneca Parallel Guides and using their thin stock adapters. So I don't have a table saw to do it on, so the Seneca Guides work with my Festool track saw. I'm using a TS55, and this is what it looks like. The T-shaped piece connects to the rail. The piece here, which is the tailstock, is used to move this piece, which is a narrow stock adapter. So it allows for the wood to basically sit under the rail, and it pushes it forward to where you can get much thinner strips of material. If this piece was off and you used only these two pieces, that's basically what you would use as the standard parallel guides, where this tailstock piece is what you would use for your adjustment. It's on an Incra rail. I do have a rule in place. I don't use it, however, given that it slides and I'm using two of them, so who knows if I set it correctly. So I've actually marked the boards, and I'll align my rail to my marks, set it in place, and then basically not measure again, just move it up as a parallel guide, and that will ensure that I've got two pieces the same length, or I'm sorry, the same thickness. So we go ahead and set it on the rail and then make a cut. This is what it looks like connected to the track. The parallel guide goes right into this extrusion and just screws down tightly to that. So you can see the Incra rail is in here. This was a 36-inch rail, I believe, that I cut down to 18 inches. And I just have one on this end and then one on that end. And I'll go ahead and flip this over so you can see what it looks like on the other side. So here you can see how this piece operates. It basically pushes down, it's zeroed out here against the edge, and on the indicator here, you can see how far out it is, and that'll tell you basically how wide your piece is going to be. And like I said, I don't really trust these. I don't really trust them on the Festool parallel guides, which I've also worked with either. I'd much rather just make the mark and then keep cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up and make my first cut. Okay, so this is set up, and basically I pushed this piece in until it made contact with the wood that's under the track. I'm also supporting it with a piece of cutoff. I find that that's very helpful. I should probably just move my other MFT closer, but I've got a whole bunch of other pieces to this project. I'm building some floating shelves sitting on that right now, so it'll just kind of have to do, and I'll just slide the piece. I'm not using my stop for the MFT3, my rail for the MFT3. I'm using some Quaz dogs, and that tends to work for an operation like this where I'm just kind of cutting it open field. Okay, it's my offcut piece. Over here, my two-inch piece. I'll just make my second cut. And even though this is pretty thin, when that's pushed up against it, I'll end up with the same thickness cut. And there we go. Another 2-inch piece. Burnt a little bit on the edge. That was from me stopping it. But all said and done, it does a pretty great job.